Hi there, this is Ben 106572, the model box man, and this is my first blog. I'll be reviewing and making kits possibly online. Big shout out to three people who have inspired me for this. The first one is Dr. Cranky, as I love his stuff. He's so honest and so to the point, and he always helps you out on his comments. The second one is Vegeta, or Henry. He does mostly Gundam reviews. Not saying I don't like Gundam, it's just I like the way he does it. And if he happens to watch this blog, heads up to you, mate. And thirdly, Fast Jimmy. I've been watching his blogs as well, and to be quite honest, he is very, very good at what he does. I mean, paint jobs, everything. Brilliant. But anyway, I'm going to do a review on two kits. One which is a recent one by Tamiya, and the second one which is a little bit older by Tamiya, but I don't know if anybody's done a review on these two kits. But if I'm the first, then I'm the first. And what I'd like to do also with these blogs is not to give a sort of a point of view, just a pure out and out, this is this, this is that, this is the other. You make your own minds up about whether you like the kit or not. I'm not here to preach whether a kit is good or whether a kit isn't good. I'm just doing what's in the kit. So the first kit is a recent release. I believe it came out this year in April. Maybe wrong, but it's around about, it definitely came out this year. And it's a kit I actually wanted to get before in 1/12 scale, and it's very hard to find even in 1/12 scale, and it costs a small fortune as too. We're talking about maybe £250, which is around about $400 to $500, which, to be quite honest, for a 1/12 kit is ridiculously expensive. So I decided to wait, and finally they decided to bring it out in 1/24 scale. Thanks up, Tamiya, great one for that. So the first one up is this. It's the Porsche Turbo RSR Type 934 Jägermeister in 1/24 scale. This kit is one I've been wanting to get for a long time, like I said, and one thing I'm looking forward to this kit is the photo etch parts. I've not completed a kit with all photo etch parts yet. I did a Ferrari F40, which I got the Studio 27 aftermarket photo etch parts. I didn't use them all because I didn't really see the point in doing the brake discs when you're not going to really see them. So what's the point? I'll leave that up to you to think. But anyway, I'm just going to pause the camera here for a minute and then get this set up, and we'll go through it. Okay, here we go. Now, these are all the parts you get, and I've got to say, with Tamiya's reputation, they don't disappoint. There's not a lot of stages in the instruction manual, and it's all very clear, as most of the Tamiya model kits are. The body shell, you can see here, I like the fact that they've left the fuel area open and you don't have to drill that out. I don't know whether the camera's picking up how orange this baby is, but it is certainly orange that shouts at you. Now we come on to the chassis and a few greasy bits. Now this is the one thing I'm disappointed with. It's the fact that they've moulded the engine into the chassis. That was the only one thing about this I really didn't like. Other than that, the actual kit is pretty good. The decals, well, they're very well done. Extraordinarily well done, as a matter of fact. And the chrome parts, as always, very nicely done. Now, I do have a few issues with chrome parts, that sometimes the chrome can be a little bit heavy, but these seem to be just about right. Rubber tyres, except for the central seam down the middle, pretty good. Now, the black parts, which are all the greasy parts, with the suspension and the steering and the roll cage here, and the seat. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. Oh, I'll turn it over so you can see them inside of the bucket. There you go. It's not too bad. The clear parts, just pretty much standard windows, and that's it. And the photo etch parts. Now, the photo etch parts, to be quite honest, are very nicely done. There is an aftermarket set of these, which Studio 27 have brought out, but it's up to your own if you want to get them. I don't see the point, because half of the things you won't see anyway. But yeah, Tamiya's photo etch parts seem to do the trick. And the instruction manual, as always, is absolutely perfectly clear, as you can tell. You know, each stage is clearly set out. It's a very nicely put together kit. Like I say, the only downside really is the fact that the engine is moulded in with a chassis. So it is a bit of a downer. And the decals sheet layout, very simple, very to the point, no real frills, and seems to be pretty good. And the box art, I've got to say, that is pretty amazing. I might even try and cut it out and put it on a black background. But hey, I would say overall, this kit is probably going to be a pretty good seller for Tamiya. A pretty good seller. Anyway, let's get back to the bench. Hi again, back at the bench, and I've got to say, the Jägermaster 934 is going to be well worth building. It's not got a lot of parts, and like I said, the engine built into the chassis is a bit of a down point, but I would sort of imagine after probably building it, I'll give my review. Oh, one little thing, I managed to find a very good orange, which if you can't afford the Tamiya sprays, which can be pretty expensive for what you get. I mean, you pay about, can be up to about £10, including delivery from eBay, from certain companies, for 150 milliliter cans or 100 milliliter cans. I managed to find a very good Plasticoat orange, because what I did is in my local craft store they actually had the same model, so I took out the body shell, I took the car around with me in the box. I took the body shell out when I got to the spray paint stand, and this one matched almost perfectly. And I mean, look at the size of this. I mean, that's what, 340 gram or 400 milliliter can of orange for around about £6-7. And it also goes with the primer I initially used, with the Plasticoat primer, which I find is probably one of the best primers out there. Anyway, I digress. We now come to my second review, and this model kit I've had for a little while, about a year or so. I've made two, sorry. I made one in the ROHR livery, and the other one in the livery which this comes in, the number 26 car. I'm going to be doing this one again, but I may be doing it in a Jägermaster like the 934, which I think would be a nice twist on having this Porsche, basically. And it is the Porsche 911 GT1 by Tamiya. And like I said, I've had this car for about a year. It's a bit battered, but I haven't seen any reviews, so I'm going to just lay out all the parts and see what we get. So I'll be back in a minute.